Hey Troopers, this is Rabid, and I want to talk about an alternative way to play as the Guardian in Starship Troopers Extermination. Alright, so let's just talk about what typically happens as a Guardian. Okay, so as a Guardian, usually Guardians will play very defensively. Uh, they'll plug up holes in the walls that get blown apart by the bugs. They'll typically camp next to objectives, and most often they will just instantly go into their siege mode, the shield that they can deploy as part of their class ability, right? Uh, but I typically have a problem with that when I play as as a guardian. I get killed all the time by bombardiers and infernos. It's disgustingly bad. And I'm sure that's something a lot of guardians complain about when they're playing this class, right? Well, let me tell you a different way that you might want to consider playing this as. It's pretty fun. It's going to allow you to walk right up to the bugs and slap them in the damn face. And you can do that with the shield. With the shield that you deploy, which I like to call shield bashing. You can also set up traps and just be a menace for the bugs. Okay. Also, this alternative playstyle will allow you to stay very mobile so that the bombardiers and the infernos can't get to you. Alright, so let me talk about that now. So, typically, what I do when I play as a Guardian now is that I very rarely deploy my siege mode ability, okay? And the weapon I find that works really good is the twin split pump action shotgun. That thing's pretty good at close range, and that's what this class is gonna kind of operate in when you play in this alternate style. Okay, you're gonna get close to the bugs and blast them with a shotgun. And to help you kind of be more of an aggressive trooper, I recommend using the portable sentry turret. Deploy that kind of like some distance away from where you think the action is going to be, so that this turret can kind of get like a wider angle on targets. And the other thing that you can do is that you can like set traps for bugs. Like, the bugs will naturally just be kind of attracted to you. You're more of a bigger threat than some of the other troopers are, and you can take the punishment that they're gonna try to dish out to you. So when you know you're gonna be kind of swarmed by the bugs, deploy the shock field device. That thing will just open up a net of like shock beacons, and then any enemy that goes into there will be stunned for a good amount of time. Enough time for other troopers to swoop in and kill those bugs, or enough time for you to reload your shotgun and blast them to smithereens. Alright? So you can even just like roll right up to like a group of bugs and deploy this thing, and then they'll all be shocked. And you'll be kind of, you're catching bugs at this point like a Pokemon. So try that out and see if it works for you. It's a great way to play the class. Trapping bugs and shooting them up, right? The next thing I kind of want to talk about is the grenades. Now, some people say that this grenade kind of sucks. I kind of think about that too, but I kind of figured out a good way to use it. and I've had some kind of good results with it. All right, so the grenade that you uh, could consider using is the cluster grenade. Now, this thing, it's a little finicky to use. Don't expect it to, you be able to like throw this very far and destroy a bunch of bugs, 50 meters out. No way. This thing is most effective if you throw it close range, somewhere about, I don't know, 3 or 4 meters. And somewhere in that space from where you throw it, about 3 meters, the thing will just detonate in the air, and then a bunch of little submunitions will explode from it. So you kind of need to time it, and if you time it well, you can get rid of a good chunk of bugs all at once. Or the other thing that you can do is that if you pair this with a tactic I mentioned about the shock beacon, you know, get the bugs to try to munch on you, deploy the shock beacon, they're all stunned, right? And then what you can do with the cluster grenade, you just throw it directly at your feet. It'll hit the ground, it'll bounce up right into the air, and then everything around it should be killed with a cluster grenade. I've only got this to work a few times here and there, but it can have some pretty impressive results if you time everything correctly. Okay. So let's talk about the siege mode, right? The class ability, real quick. So, kind of coming back to the topic of like trapping bugs and shield bashing them, and getting them set up with a grenade. You can kind of do the same thing, and in place of the shock beacon, you can try shield bashing them. Right? The closer the bugs are to you, the greater the distance they'll be thrown, and they'll be stunned. Alright, so if you're getting swarmed by bugs, you can, pop your shield, your siege mode, pop it out, throw that grenade at your feet, cluster grenade opens up, and a field of death will follow. So that's another way that you can go after the bugs in a more aggressive style. And don't stay in the siege mode for too long, because that's when bombardiers will come up and sneak up on you and just execute you, right? So pop it, do your thing, reload if you want to for just a brief second or two, and then just close it down and then keep on moving. Mobility is key to your survival. Okay. But at this point, you're probably wondering, well, how do I stay alive if I'm moving around so much and I'm not in the siege mode? Well, let me tell you. The thing that you can do is equip 3 very specific perks. Now, I've been experimenting with this over the course of several games, and I've come to the conclusion that these 3 perks are actually pretty good when you combine them together. However, there's only going to be one weakness, but let's go over the perks first, okay? So the first one is the synthetic under armor. So it says here that it halves the damage taken from melee bug attacks. That's awesome. So that's going to actually allow you to tank a lot of hits. And the most common bug that you're going to fight is the melee bugs, warriors, and occasionally tigers. So the next thing that you want to pair up with that is lead-lined plates. It's great, but it does come with some cons. So let's go over the positives first. You get plus 33% damage resistance. That's any form of damage. Alright, so it could be fall damage, it can be range damage, it can be fire damage, it can be melee damage. You get 33% resistance to all damage. The only thing is you get 33% or you get minus 33% jump height, and you climb minus 50% slower. Alright. But if you are adept enough and you're more agile in the way you pathfind your way through the world, you don't have to worry too much about climbing. The only time you'll need to worry about climbing is when you need to get back into the base for ammo. But, you know, typically, you're gonna be wandering around and having a good time blasting bugs, so you don't need to worry too much about having to climb. The last perk is the Regenerative Matrix. It provides an additional health pool that regenerates over time. You just need to be not getting munched on by the bugs. And this thing, I tell you, it's real neat. It will allow you to tank even more hits from melee bugs, but also it'll help you kind of stay alive if you're getting lit up by a gunner. Which leads me to the cons of these particular perks. It's not a terribly big one, but you know, as I mentioned, gunners, they will light you up pretty good if you become a juicy target to them, and you will still get kind of shredded by them if there's like 4 or 5 of them. And you know, you could use the hardened ceramic plates, but that kind of locks you out of using the lead line plates. That's a flat 33 damage resistance to everything. So I kind of figured, like, you know, if you are going to be lit up by a bunch of gunners, just pop your siege mode, hunker down, crouch, and then engage the gunner bugs until they're dead or someone else comes in and helps you. Or you just move out of their line of sight and you go somewhere else, right? So that's the only downside of this particular setup. But it's not too bad if you are mobile and you go cover to cover, right? So the other thing about this particular alternative playstyle is that this playstyle is, like I said, is very aggressive, but you want to do close quarters combat. So you're gonna get right in the face of the bug. You can blast them with a shotgun, you can knife them with a knife, and you're just gonna push them a lot with your siege mode, shield bashing. And I think that's going to be pretty disruptive to the bugs, and that's going to allow the troopers around you to kind of like, you know, crack them open and exterminate them. I've been having a lot of fun, you know, playing with this particular style. I don't really have to worry too much anymore about, you know, bombardiers and infernos getting me because I'm going to be moving around so much in the face of everything. And it feels nice to be able to like tank so many hits without dying, because I usually play as other classes where like, you know, 2-3 hits and you're gone. So, you know, check it out for yourself. Try it out. See if it will work for you. If not, it's okay. It's just a different way to potentially play this class. Alright, well, that's enough for me here. And, well, let me know if you like it or not. Alright, I gotta go. Maybe you do too. Till next time, troopers. Peace out, and I might see you in the battlefield. Bye.
Alright, the wall is constructed. Now the illegal aliens can't get in, and yes, I did just...
Troopers, you got 30 seconds until the arc slams.
I don't give a fuck what the locals do to me. I have a gun, they don't.
They have dildos.
We have guns, they don't. I don't care about those fucking Nancy's opinion. Fuck them.
Glam.
They can go fuck themselves with the razor wire coming down.
Arc has been fired. Data from the seismic pulse looks good. Expect a horde inbound to your location. ETA, now. Be advised, sensors indicate arachnid threat levels have risen.
Oh, I died. I didn't hit a single one.
Get up, Trooper! This war isn't gonna fight itself! Heads up! Bombs! Delivering grenade!
Arc is at 25% complete.
Fight through the pain, Trooper. Just walk it off. Get up, Trooper.
Arc is reading 50% completion. Keep up the fight, troopers. Vital signs clear. Arc is at 75%. We're almost there, Brimstone 1. Reinforcements aren't unlimited, Brimstone 1. Get a move on.
Go find Get up, Trooper. This war isn't gonna fight itself. Go find, Trooper. Everything is right where it should be.
The Arc has completed its data gathering cycle. All troopers on the
Nobody
ground
quits.
prepare to extract.
Dust yourself off, Trooper.
All received. Ultra One inbound for pickup.
Definitely.